In this section, we would understand how to identify a spyware, what are the telltale signs, and what are the preventive measures that you should take. So, understanding spywares is pretty simple. Let's say a person enters your house. Now, on seeing a person, you can recognize whether a person is a guest or a thief. This is possible once you are able to visualize a person. But there can be a scenario where the thief is not identifiable. The thief does not come in the dress of a thief, but he enters house as a guest. Now, in that case, how would you identify? And that is a very big question. So, spywares are basically hidden malwares that are kept into the system, or they enter into the system, the computer systems or the mobile systems, and they create unprecedented behavior. This could be changes in the patterns of SMS, MMS, changes in the pattern of live calls that are being done, interception of live calls. There could be monitoring of emails, passwords that could take place. So there are various types of spywares. Most common spywares are those which steal the password, so they are called as password stealers. Then there are keyloggers. They simply uh, understand the pattern of the strokes that you are putting on the keyboard. So let's say you are typing ABC as a password for any website, so they would remember the keystrokes of A, B, C, and D. So next time you won't open the browser, you won't get into login, but it would automatically happen because the keystrokes have been remembered to enter in, and therefore keyloggers are being used. Similarly, there are trojans, info stealers, which just steal the information from your end. So those are all different kinds of spyware. Similar to spywares, there are two other terms that are used, and those are nuisancewares and stalkerware. Now, what is the difference? Stalkerware is a spyware which is being bought or purchased by someone in order to spy. So let's say person A wants to spy over person B. So what they would do is they would install a stalkerware into the system, and this person A would buy this spyware. Once he is buying this spyware, this is known as stalkerware. Nuisanceware, as the name suggests, is just meant to create nuisance. It does not aim to steal any of the information, but to create nonsense. Sometimes if you are moving your mouse in this direction, it would run in the opposite direction. It would show an opposite arrow. It would show the computer needs a restart or something like that. Now, these are nuisance wares. That means they are usually occurring with potentially unwanted programs that are being there into the system, and they enter into the system in various forms. Now, what are the telltale signs? How do you identify whether your system is having a spyware or a malware? The most important telltale sign is increased data usage. So your data usage suddenly starts to increase. There could be automatic shutdown, automatic restart of the system that could be seen. A lot of battery can get drained away. The performance of the device might slow down. New toolbars can be installed, new search bars can be installed, new search engines can be installed without any permission. Sometimes antiviruses stop to work, so no more antivirus would work. Sometimes you would have logging in issues, so either logging onto the website or to the system becomes difficult, so problems with logging in. Similarly, there can be pop-up advertisements that could be seen, and this is very important. Why? Because with these telltale signs, you are able to identify what is the problem, and unless and until you are not able to identify, you cannot get the treatment. It is similar to a patient visiting a doctor. So unless and until the symptoms are being told, doctors cannot provide a medication. So here again we need to identify what is going wrong, whether there is problem with your social media account, whether there are unwanted or unusual activities on your social media account. There could be email messages, text messages that could be unwanted. Similarly, sometimes when you are giving your devices for repair, if it is not an authentic shop, Data confiscation is one of the major issues, major challenges at repair shops. So be very, very careful. There is no important information that is left into the systems before giving for the repair. Also, as we said, these are spyware, so these are usually invisible, and since they are invisible or they are hidden, they are not in the same fashion as it should be. They do not come and enter as a thief, but they enter in the dress of a guest, and therefore it is very, very hard to detect. So understanding and detection of the spywares is another big challenge. Also, sometimes when you are using your mobiles, androids, what happen is people tend to download apps which are outside the Google Play Store, and that is again one of the reasons where you have lot of issues that occur. So what we need to do is understand what are the preventive measures we can take. Now prevention is definitely better than cure, so rather than once sacrificing with your data and then going for a treatment, it's better to have a prevention in the first round. But before we begin with, let's talk about a survey which was conducted in 2004. It's indeed long back, but this survey in United States had wonderful findings. The survey said, which was conducted by America Online and National Cyber Security Alliance in United States, said that 80% of the systems are being affected by spywares. However, 89% of the users are not aware that their system has been infected, and 95% of the users say that they never installed any of the program which they are not aware about. So they installed only programs they were aware about. Then how these softwares, these spywares entered into the system. So despite of all that, we need to understand what are the preventive measures we as a citizen can take. Now preventive measures, some of those are very, very simple. For example, you can install antiviruses and keep on running a constant scan, continuous scan with every new downloads. The next is two-factor authentication. So two-factor authentication talks about how much secure your device could be. So let's say your email account, you can have two-factor authentication. So you would need not only your password, but might be an OTP on mobile phone for logging in. So that's how you have a two-factor authentication. The next is, if you feel the data has been confiscated, creating a new email ID using biometrics is another good option. Sometimes what we recommend is, if you are having a lot of commuting job or if you are having a lot of traveling job, it's good idea to use Wi-Fi or internet only from a trusted source. So source of the internet becomes very, very important. It should be secured, it should be trusted. So those are two important things once you are using a internet facility which is outside your premises. The next important thing is, in case, as we said, that sometimes you might feel your data is being confiscated, what do you need to do in that case? A very important step is you can go for factory reset. However, this would lose all important apps that you had downloaded, important data, but the idea is factory reset would bring the system to the original setting, and once the factory reset is being done, there is no further probability that the spyware are still onto your system. So that is a good point to understand. Now these were some of the quick methods, and definitely having an antivirus installed is required. So those are some of the key points that we must take into consideration. Since it's an era we are moving into cyber developments and everything is turning onto a cyber platform, from education to banking to any of the digital any of the transactions which have now gone digital, it's very important to understand the very basics of cyber development. We would be coming up with many more such interesting lectures in the upcoming classes. Stay tuned. Have a wonderful day ahead.